The stage is set, the makeup applied, and costumes are being donned as a group of 14 British actors prepares to debut a theatrical undertaking like few others. The Great Game Afghanistan is a sweeping epic featuring 12 plays over a 7-hour period, which seeks to instill in its viewers a history of the war-torn country, dating back to the West's first involvement in 1842. It's a massive production which director Nicholas Kent says was needed to fill a void in the cultural landscape.
There was an artistic response to what had happened in the invasion of Iraq. There were films, there were books, the news media were going for it all the time. Yet we were ignoring Afghanistan.
So 2 years ago, Kent set out to change that. He commissioned the series of plays to try to shed some light on the history behind the First Front in the War on Terror.
This is not a play about war. It's a play about history, and it's a play about people. And it's both entertaining and funny, and it tells a great narrative story.
Democracy is the demonstration of...
The trilogy is currently on a tour which will take it to 4 American cities, beginning its run at the Shakespeare Theater in the U.S. Capitol. The theater's artistic director, Michael Kahn, was instrumental in bringing the play from Britain.
Afghanistan is something that actually every single day we pick up the newspaper or listen to the radio or television and hear something about. And it's also something that most of us don't know enough about to make any informed judgment.
So in addition to the plays, the Shakespeare is holding 2 weeks of cultural festivities to foster a better understanding by people and policymakers of the history and culture of Afghanistan. A survey just 4 years ago found that nearly 65% of young Americans could not even find Afghanistan on a map, a fact that underscores the challenges that organizers here face in trying to educate Americans about Afghanistan, even blocks away from where major decisions are made that impact that country.
We've made a real effort to invite these young people who actually are going to have a great deal to do with the future of this country, to come see this play. I think seeing something on the stage is often more immediate and more important than reading something or getting a very quick headline in the papers.
The plays have been so effective in presenting Afghanistan's history that the chief of Britain's defense staff has ordered groups of soldiers en route to the country to see them before departing. Actor Tom McKay, who plays a British soldier, says presenting such a sensitive topic to influential decision makers and troops carries a heavy burden.
Sorry, Sarge?
The importance of the piece suddenly comes home when you've got a theatre full of Whitehall staff and, you know, army generals, but also squaddies and trainee officers. And suddenly it comes very sharply into focus and you realise that this isn't just a play, actually, that it does carry a much wider responsibility.
Shireen Martineau plays an Afghan woman whose school has been shuttered by the Taliban.
One of the worst things about being, you know, in a country going through what Afghanistan is going through right now is that there are no ears to hear the stories, to hear what's going on, and to understand. And in a way, we're sort of bearing witness to that, and it's a start.
Former U.S. Ambassador turned Georgetown University professor Cynthia Snyder has made the play's required viewing for her cultural diplomacy class.
Here you can go to any one of these plays or all three and get a real understanding of at least the more recent history there. And of course, again and again, you're struck by history repeating itself.
There's no sense that we are providing an answer, but there is a sense that we're asking the questions. And I hope that the Afghan people would take courage from that and think, you know, and know that there's, you know, Western involvement isn't without conscience.
Lessons from the theater of war through a Washington theater, with the aim of trying to stop history from repeating itself. Derek Henkel, VOA News.
So we bribed them.
We paid them!
We bribed them, the Gilgee, to look after the